to the City of Homestead Centennial Celebration, as well as our volunteers. So I think it's very important that we recognize the students who gave of their time and their talent to help memorialize the activities for the City of Homestead Centennial Celebration. So with that, I'd like to invite the following individuals up here to receive their recognition. Mr. Patrick Sicker. Is he here? Come on over. This is the teacher from South Day Senior High School who assisted the kids with videotaping and interviewing a lot of representatives throughout the community for our centennial celebration. And his 3 students, Krista St. Clair, Luis Gonzalez, and Crystal Raquel Ruiz. We commend you for your outstanding efforts in documenting the momentous historic centennial celebration for the City of Homestead's 100th anniversary. You have captured our story for the community to view for more and many generations to come. The City of Homestead salutes you. Let me get your certificate. Just so that you know, if you would like to view their work, you can view it on channel 77 on Comcast and the City of Homestead's YouTube channel to see the wonderful work that these boys and girls from South Day Senior High School have done. Okay. Okay, for part 2. We all know that it's very difficult to head off to college. I remember my days as a high school senior. I didn't know how I was going to find the means to be able to travel to Florida A&M University. But because of the many community partners that invested in me and provided opportunities for me to go off to school, I thought it was very important for me to pay it forward and do everything that I can to reinvest in my community. And this year, I would like to recognize Community Bank and Valley Crest, if those representatives can come at this time. Mr. Bob Eppeling. First up, Mr. Bob Eppeling from Community Bank. The City of Homestead recognizes Community Bank of Florida for 3 decades of hosting the Scholastic Breakfast and Awards Ceremony and recognizing local high school seniors of distinction. Mr. Eppeling has been long-standing and committed his unwavering support for our boys and girls in District 9 from South Day Senior High School and Homestead Senior High School with the support of our school board member, Dr. Larry Feldman, who's hiding. And those of you that are in the business community, I know you value investing in human capital, because when you invest in our boys and girls, they go off come back with a degree and hopefully reinvest in their community. So thank you so much, Mr. Bob Epling from Community Bank, for your unwavering support of our high school seniors.
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you. And we have representatives here from Valley Crest. Valley Crest is in the Oasis District across the street from my house. And I went to them to solicit their support for providing incentives for our seniors that are going off to college. And they provided an iPad for one of our students who's headed to Harvard, as well as gift certificates to help our boys and girls purchase those necessities that they need for heading off to school. So for your commitment to investing, and notice I mentioned investing a lot, investing in educational endeavors of the future leaders of the Homestead community. Thank you so much for your support in investing in our boys and girls from Homestead Senior High, South Dade, and the surrounding high schools. Okay, now the time that you've been waiting for. If I can have the principals from the schools that the students will be recognized, Homestead Senior High, South Dade, our region superintendent, Dr. Alexis Martinez, Mr. Stefan Cohn, our region director, if you can please join me up front. State Representative Keone McGee, is he here? Representative from Congressman Joe Garcia's office, if you can please join me at this time. I think I see Dr. Moore over there. Any of our principals, administrators from these schools for the students that we will be recognizing, if you can please join me. Okay. We have over 30 students in the city of Homestead that are closing one chapter in their life and they're embarking upon another. They're headed from Homestead and they're headed off to college. Some to Miami-Dade Community College, some to Harvard, Berkeley, all these prestigious universities. And as a community, I think it's very important for us to recognize and acknowledge their scholastic achievements and encourage and empower them to continue on to these pursuits and then come back and give back to the Homestead community. And in the gift certificates that you will receive, you will have a business card from the mayor and every member of this council, because when you go off to school, things will get tough. Don't think it's going to be peaches and cream, because it's not. And if you ever need our support, feel free to call on us. And if there is anything that we can do to make your road a little bit smoother, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Not just me, but hold everybody up here on this dais accountable. So with that, absolutely. Okay. First up, wait, can you just back up a little bit, and then I'll call your name, and then you come over to this side. Actually, it may make sense to come this way. And we have our little assembly line here. So Rebecca, back them all the way up so they can come this way.
That's a teacher. That's a teacher speaking.
Go on that way. Have the first one.
Spoken from a true teacher.
Okay. Okay, is our music ready? Go ahead and start. First up, and then you can hold your applause to the end, please. Thank you. Joseph Abisachi, heading to Texas A&M University, major political science. Joseph, please come to be recognized. Luna Alina, heading to Barry University, major business administration. Next up, Sagina Andres, heading to University of South Florida, major electrical engineering. Next up, Brandon Wilson, headed to Alabama State University, major accounting. Charles Johnson, headed to Bethune Cookman College. Courtney Cherry, headed to Florida International University, major Business Administration. Eldrick Wilson, headed to Alabama State University, major Physician Assistant. Juan Diaz, Pittsburgh State University, Exercise and Sports Science. K.D. Duncan, New York Institute of Technology, major Civil Engineer. Taylor Jackson, Florida International University, Health Science. Lena Gonzalez, Florida International University, Biology. Maria Maurice, Florida State University, Criminology. Michelle Quiones, University of South Florida, Psychology. Osiris Williams, Florida A&M University, my alma mater, go Rattlers, early childhood education. Stephanie Benoit, social work, Florida A&M University. HBCU, yes. Evelyn Jasper, University of Florida, Pharmacy. Yvette Jasper, University of Florida, Pharmacy. And these boys and girls here, I would like to note, are all graduating from Homestead Senior High School. Homestead Senior High. If I could have Dr. Martinez, Mr. Stefan Paul, Dr. Moore, Dr. Feldman, if you can take a photo with the students from Homestead Senior High, our state representatives, before we continue. This is our local high school, Homestead Senior High, my alma mater. Okay, and continuing, Abigail Chambers, Florida International University, Environmental Science and Chemistry. Boys and girls, stay right there. Adrian Ferrer, Florida International University, Biochemistry. Austin Cunningham, Florida International University, Sports Medicine. Deja Smith Young, University of Central Florida, Sociology. John Dillon, University of Miami, Pre-Med. Jose Cardenas, Florida International University, Architecture. Kaylin Hernandez, Florida State University, Biological Science. Sandra Gonti, University of Houston, Electrical Engineering. Sharon Banda, Ohio State University, Anthropological Sciences. And we have a student who is not here, but I would like to recognize him. He happens to live in the Oasis district, and he's leaving Homestead, and he's headed to Harvard. Let's give him a round of applause. From Homestead to Harvard. That's right. And these last three young ladies are very special to me, as all of you are. They're near and dear to my heart. They are members of the Mayor's Youth Council. They are all seniors, and they're leaving me. So I'd like to start off with Crystal Raquel Reed, who's headed to Miami-Dade College to major in forensic science. Brenda Hernandez, who's the Vice Mayor of the Mayor's Youth Council. She's headed to the University of Florida. Political science. Are you sure? Let's talk. And last but certainly not least, South Bay High School graduate, Mayor of the Mayor's Youth Council, Miranda Hernandez, University of California at Berkeley, majoring in political science. I'd like to thank the mayor, the community, your family, and friends for all of your support in your journey off to college. And if you ever need us, we're just a phone call away. So you can please stand and nod and applaud these students who are embarking upon an incredible journey. To all of you seniors, yes, can you take a group photo out? Thank you parents, thank you community and friends for all of your support for our graduating seniors.
Good job. They listen. Come on, Patricia, you have to excuse them. They're listening to you very carefully. Congratulations on behalf of the entire mayor and council. We're behind you 100%. We're proud of you. Make us proud when you're up there, okay? God bless you all. Next item on the agenda is Art South update. Councilman Shelley.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to invite Art South, their board members, to come up and give us an update on what they have going on, what they've done for our community, and I think they have some changes in their programming, so I'd like to invite them up to talk about that, update the community on what they have going on.
Oh, she has it.
I know. These phone mics. Is that better?
That's better.
All right. I'll repeat it. I'd like to invite the board members of Art South up to talk about their programming. They have some changes to what they're doing over there, and so I know they'd like to take this opportunity to talk to both the residents, those that are watching, and those that are here, as well as the council with what they have going on. So with that, I'll turn it over to Art South.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council, citizens of Homestead. I appreciate this time to give you all an update and let you know what's going on with Art South. My name's Robert Chaplin. For about a year now, I've been a director over at Art South. And with me is one of our resident artists and teachers, Marcia, I'm sorry. I practiced this.
Welcome.
Marcia Maynard. So she's going to answer any questions that I can't. But I'm relatively new to Homestead, and it comes to my attention, and I've only been with Art South a short time, that the public, and I'm thinking some council, don't know what Art South is about, what we do, what we are. When I'm out in the public and I ask, hey, have you heard of Art South? They're like, yes. And I said, well, what's your impression? They said, well, it's a place where artists live and party and create. That's not Art South. That might have been back when the founders originally instated it, but that's not what we're about now. That is looking back. Let me tell you what Art South is. Art South is 10 board of directors. It's 11 artists, 6 of which teach students in this community, and we have 3 staff. What we do, we provide award-winning quality arts education programs for children who would not otherwise be exposed to dance, music, theater, visual arts, and many of our children are scholarships. There are some after-school care kids that come in and do pay, but many of them are scholarship kids. And they're grant-funded through county, state, city of Homestead, thank you, and community organizations like the Rotary Club of Homestead and Homestead Center for the Arts. Without those grants, we can't serve these children. Some recent events that we've done is we had 2 Tuneful Tale concerts. They were grant supported, but they were also sponsored by the University of Miami Frost School of Music. These concerts served 300 children and families from Homestead's Head Start program and Chapman Partnership. After-school programs and student art shows are also done at Art South, and they're also done with students on grants or scholarships from the Chapman Partnership and Children's Services. We have summer camps. This is our 5th year in summer camps, and a lot of folks don't know that. Rotary Club sponsors scholarships for the summer camps, and then the rest of it comes from grants. We have second Saturday events. That's what a lot of people know about. They know about our second Saturdays, and we're really trying to build those up and get more people out. What you may not know about second Saturday is those aren't just a venue for artists. That's one side of the coin. The other side is those are fundraisers for Art South. Art South does what it can so that it doesn't have to rely solely on grants for operations and things, and our second Saturday is a fundraiser for us. This month was the 2nd annual exhibit from Riviera Preparatory School, and it brought in more than 100 visitors to Homestead. Riviera Preparatory School is off of 87th Avenue in Sunset. It's not anywhere near Homestead. And one of our directors is a teacher there, and this is the 2nd year that she's brought these kids down and brought these families into this community to appreciate and learn what Homestead is about. So Art South is about bringing people in to this community. And thanks to Councilman Shelley, I'm affiliated with the Kindle Camera Club. And I was expressing my frustration to Councilman Shelley about trying to get people to second Saturday. And Councilman Shelley said, you know what, you should try to get the Camera Club to come down. So July 13th this year, we're going to have 20+ talented photographers that are going to be exhibiting in Art South. A few of them do live in Homestead, but most of them are coming from outside this district, and they all have a following, and they all have friends. So I'm hoping to have 100+ people come into Art South on July 13th for the second Saturday, and everybody is welcome. And I'd like to formally invite the mayor and council to come out and see the work that these great photographers do. So that was, I can make things happen, but I need somebody like Councilman Shelley to kind of give me the idea, get me moving. We've done so much more, and I don't want to run on because you guys don't want to hear me drone on, but there's a lot that's happened that Art South has done, and it's my goal is to make sure that we market ourselves better so that the community knows what's happening out there, knows how we're giving back to the community, and knows how we're making a draw to bring outsiders into Homestead. And the goal when we bring these visitors in is for them to come in, have a great time, take something out, but leave some of their cash in Homestead. So they purchase art, they visit the restaurants and things like that. So we are really trying to do an outreach to get beyond the Homestead borders. And what else have I got here? And art, defined by Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is the conscious use of skill and creative imagination, especially in the production of aesthetic objects. Believe it or not, each one of us is touched by art. It's in our homes when we arrange our furniture. It's in this room. It's everywhere we look. And what we want to do is we want to get kids involved. We want them to express their creative side, and we want them to become better for it. And that's the goal. Exposure to arts stimulates creativity. The New Art South provides children that may not otherwise be exposed to the arts an outlet for their expression and creativity. I think I covered it all. Did I miss anything? Would you like to add something?
There are a lot of educators here, and I'm sure you're aware that art enables students to perform much better in all their classes. It's really important. And we got it, okay?
Oh, and I think I'm not a Homesteadian. Don't live here, live north. I love this town, president of the Rotary Club of Homestead. But you live in Homestead?
Yes.
And you were a teacher at what school?
Homestead Senior High, Miami-Dade Community College, Owensboro College, different ones across the United States and Europe.
Thank you.
She's retired, and these are the kind of people that are teaching these kids.
Thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Art South. And now we're going to have a presentation from our Chair of Education, Student Teacher of the Quarter, Councilman Elvis Maldonado.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Good evening, everyone. For those of you that do not know, my name is Elvis Maldonado, Councilman here at the City of Homestead, representing the District 5, which is Waterstone's seat. As the Mayor just mentioned, I'm the liaison for the Education Committee of the City of Homestead. And let me tell you that since 2009, this committee has been working hard to enhance education here in Homestead. So we set off on a mission as we started back in 2009 to make sure that we're making a direct impact directly in our schools here in Homestead that border our Homestead border. So with that, I would like to ask those who are in the meeting today that are from the Homestead Education Committee, if you would please come up here and join me today. The board members are comprised of teachers and professionals in education here in the City of Homestead. It's composed of 7, and we meet monthly at the end of the month, always working on education items. At the same time, we do have other elected from the school board of Miami-Dade County, Larry Feldman, and our regional superintendent, Dr. Alex Martinez. These gentlemen have been instrumental in the success that we're having in our schools, both in our public schools here. So I'd like to ask them if they would please join me as well. The City of Homestead Education Committee, what we wanted to do is, thank you, City Guardian. Our goal is to recognize teachers and students here in our schools and our community that are working hard and making a difference. And we began one of the main goals that we wanted to do was recognize and highlight the educators as well as the students in our local schools. The committee set up a criteria that would recognize and kind of set a standard of those that we're recognizing. From our local schools here, both charter, private, and public schools, all the schools here in Homestead, we asked them for them to submit names of the teachers and the students that would for nomination, and then the education committee went by our criteria that we had in order to rank them. Our criteria goes as demonstrated a superior ability to foster excellence in education and contribute to the continuous improvement of student learning and the school environment. Utilizes innovation research techniques such as action research to enhance the quality of education. Engages parents, families, and learning process to enhance student achievement. Promote literacy through the use of reading strategies and instruction and/or the implementation of projects intended to enhance student reading skills. Demonstrates a strong commitment to creating a climate of caring and respect conducive to the effective teaching and learning. evidence dedication to his/her community through active participation in service-oriented projects and volunteer work. For our first quarter, we're recognizing our teachers for 2013. We have two winners, both teacher and student. And first, I'd like to recognize a student, Ryan Tu, from Camel Drive K through 8. I'll tell you a little something on the side that I was actually surprised. I constantly visit the schools here in Homestead and work with the principals to make sure how I could help. And I went to Camel Drive and I spoke with Ms. Fornell, which is our principal here. Ms. Fornell, please stand to be recognized. For Camel Drive K through 8. I always mention to the superintendent when I see him, to the regional superintendent, and to the board member, please do not let this gem leave our community. So thank you for all your work and dedication. But I want to share a little story because as I went to the school and spoke with Ms. Fornell, I happened to meet this young man, which I didn't know was even a recipient winner. But after speaking with him and seeing the potential that is in him, I dedicated myself and I made a commitment to him and another friend of his as well, that I'm going to personally get involved and make sure that they are a success. And then little I know, as I'm reading and I'm looking up here, it's the kid that I just adopted. So just want to let you know, Ryan, we're proud of you. And also, the teacher that we're recognizing is Miss Kathy L. Britton. Is she here? She is from Homestead Senior High School. Congratulations. You have over here, she has a... Please stay up here for a few seconds. Let me tell you, this process of choosing a student and a teacher was not an easy task. Again, the submissions came from all the schools here in the city of Homestead, and if our committee all are not our heads, we had a task ahead of us to pick, because there were so many qualified students and teachers that did such a phenomenal job, such great stories that we heard. But again, here's our two winners. But nonetheless, our teachers, having the heart that they have, and our committee, committed and very dedicated and happy and to serve and what they do here in the education committee, they said, listen, we have to recognize those who are nominated as well, because in our eyes, they're all winners. So with that, I will name both teachers and students from all of our local schools that were that were submitted, and were not chosen, but nonetheless, we know they're winners. So with that, please join me in welcoming and recognizing Ms. Erin Sardinius. Ms. Christy Garrison. You guys please come up here. We have an award, a certificate for you in recognition. Haley Tomlinson. Austin Gross. Is that the tall kid coming down the aisle? There he is.
He's a good-looking kid.
Look at this guy. Turn around, look at the future mayor here of Homestead. Miss Dominique Diaz. Laura Fernandez. Let me tell you about this little gem that's walking over here. Placed, I forgot what position, but of the top 5 in the United States in mathematics. Keysgate Charter School. Miss Wendy Jerry. Miss Wendy Gary from our charter school. Julia Silly. Miss Jessica Gonzalez. Domenico Conza. Miss Maria Berger. Miss Deborah Dowling. Miss Lima Gilliard Darien. And let me tell you about this wonderful, wonderful teacher. Her mother was my principal at Camel Drive Middle School. Phenomenal woman. Thank you, Ms. Gilliard. Mrs. Gilliard. Miss Cynthia Leo. Miss Geraldine Lewis. Victoria Lokai. Miss Karina Hamilton. Megan Donzia, forgive me for pronouncement. Megan. Miss Gwen Peebles. Nicole Kidd. Mr. Michelangelo Gardina. Mara Pinder. Miss Lakinia Nareen. Bayonet Arancibia. Miss Latoya Bird. Natalie Lisa. Miss Abia Warner. Mitzi Torres. Mrs. Erin Sardinias. Maria Valderas. And Chef Myra Benacourt. Mayor, Council, City of Homestead, please let's give a round of applause for all those who participated or submitted. All these students and teachers are representing our schools here in the City of Homestead. And the Education Committee of the City of Homestead congratulates you also for being nominated. Thank you. Give me a second. We're going to go up here for a photo op.
Thank you all very much. We're very proud of you. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Great job.
We have our,
Great job.
you know, Dr. Feldman, he has those medals that I saw you always give away. I like that, so I had one created under the Education Committee, so a touch of Dr. Feldman is there. Thank you, sir.
The next item on the agenda is presentation to SIP Garza. Mr. Garza, would you please come forward?
There you go. Okay. Yeah. You said this one? Oh, you sure? All right. Let me tell you something. I'm honored to be standing next to this man today. And I know that my colleagues up there, the mayor and council, recognize this great man that has served our community for many, many years. It's my honor and my pleasure to present to you SIP Garza today. And I will take a few minutes to read about this man. And really I should take more than that because it's a two-pager. But out of the dedication, so much dedication that this gentleman has given to this community over the years, I could give you a whole hour. You deserve more than that. But I know you don't want to stand up here because this is not a man of wanting to be in the spotlight. But nonetheless, let me read this about Cipriano Garza. Cipriano Garza was born in Texas to a family of Mexican-American migrant farm workers. He spent his childhood working in farms across the United States, which gave him a personal perspective on Mexican Chicano farm worker issues. Since 1975, Garza has served as the director of the Migrant Education Program, Miami-Dade County Public Schools. In this position, he has been influential in creating innovative educational programs for the children of the migrant workers. Garza, a graduate from South Dade High School, was a Florida High School state champion in track running a 9.8 100-yard dash barefooted. He attended college on an athletic scholarship. Garza attended the University of Miami and received his Bachelor of Arts in Politics and Public Affairs. While attending the University of Miami, he worked as a police officer. He received a Master's of Science degree in Public Administration from Noble University. His numerous awards includes Phi Delta Kappa Man of the Year and a Boy Scouts of America's Silver Beaver. In 1989, his family was chosen as Hispanic Family of the Year and invited to visit the President at the White House. On May 11th of 2000, the mayor of Miami-Dade County, Alex Canelas, proclaimed this day as Cipriano Garza Day in recognition of his 20 years of service to the migrant workers. In 1999, Garza was presented with the OHTLI, I'll ask you the acronym another day, OTLI, award by Mexico Secretary of Foreign Relations, Rosario Green. And in 2001, Mr. Garza received the National School Administrator of the Year Award. In September of 1993, Cipriano Garza was appointed by President Clinton as Special Assistant to Secretary Henry Cisneros, right? As the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, Garza was part of the Secretary's new Special Action Office and Entrepreneurial Organization, which acted as a catalyst for non-traditional public-private partnerships and addressing the needs of underserved populations and communities such as farm workers and farm workers. In 1996, The United States Department of Labor Secretary Alexis Herman appointed Garza to serve on the USDOL Farm Worker Advisory Committee to advise the Secretary on farm worker issues. Garza is involved in numerous organizations, including the Mexican American Council, which we just did a fundraiser kickoff on. Congratulations. Homestead Little League, Homestead Dick Carly League Football League, Community Health Incorporation, Martin Luther King Clinica Campesina, Florida Boy Scout Executive Council, Miami-Dade County School Administrators Association, and the Association for Supervision and Curriculum Development. Marie, I don't know when you saw him. He was the founder and first chairman of the Everglades Community Association, and a nonprofit agency that provides housing for over 3,500 migrant farm workers. Governor Childs appointed Garza to serve on the Florida Commission on Hispanic Affairs. Garza and his wife Maria, the lovely wife Maria, who also has been active in the migrant farm worker issues, resides in Homestead, Florida, with their 3 sons, Eddie, Cipriano III, and Alex. This is Eddie. The entire Garza family participates in many communities and church activities. I'm telling you, I'm going to take a few minutes, but as you can see already, he's more than worthy. His profession in 1975, Garza worked in Miami-Dade County Public Schools Migrant Education Program in Miami, Florida. As the director of the Migrant Education Program, Garza was responsible for providing supplemental education to supportive services and the children of migrant farm workers. Between September of '93 and September of 1996, he worked for the U.S. Department of Urban Development, a special assistant to Secretary Chirinos. He was responsible for farm worker issues, colonias, and the U.S.-Mexico border issues. In his capacity, he accompanied Secretary Cisneros in Mexico and to discuss United States and Mexico issues. Yeah, I could keep going. It's here. But I don't think I have to say anything. Well, I heard that Mr. Cipriano Garza, was retiring from Miami-Dade County Public Schools. And I wanted to take this opportunity before the City of Homestead to thank you for your dedication, your hard work, and your commitment to this community. It makes me proud, my Hispanic heritage, to see a man like you who has done great for this community. And I can look over to your sons, which they are all in college and playing baseball and very successful. You've been a great leader, a great husband, and a great father. So on behalf of the City of Homestead, we salute you in this day and recognize you. But also, Dr. Larry Feldman here, working hand in hand in what Mr. Garza has done down here in the Education Committee with the migrant farm workers. But not even the migrant farm workers, just all of Homestead. This family loves Homestead because they are Homestead, and that's why they're always going to be here, even though he's retired. He can't retire because there's always a lot of work to do. So with that, I'm going to ask Cip to share a few words, if you would. Cipriano Garza, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maldonado, Mr. Mayor, City Council members. Thank you very much for the honor tonight. I'm overwhelmed because I'm just, as you know, I'm just a worker. I don't like to be here and be embarrassed with all those things that I do. That's not what's important. But I do want to say thank you to a lot of people. I came here as a migrant farm worker in the '63. And I've had success, Mr. Mayor, because of all of you. Everybody in this room here has been very kind and gracious in helping me. I wish I had the time to tell you, people at Southern High School, Ms. Edwards, they were good. They were good.
Thank you.
A lot of good people. So I'm here, and I've done some good, yes, because of all of you. So, Mr. Maldonado, I don't think you can say thank you to me. I want to say thank you to all of you here who have lived in Homestead. We love Homestead because you guys have been good to us. You've been good to me as a student, as a parent, as a colleague in Dade County Schools. Dr. Larry Feldman here, school board member, has been just an incredible human being supporting us. It's not easy working with poor people. not easy working with farm workers. But I've been blessed. Been blessed by so many wonderful, caring people here in Homestead, in Dade County, in Florida, in this great country of ours. People like Dr. Larry Feldman, that when things are tough, pick up the phone, Mr. Feldman, we need to do this. And he says, if it helps children, do it. So, Mr. Mayor and to council members, I want to thank you to all of you, because all of you do what you do, you know. Young people like me who come here as farm workers have an opportunity to do some good things for the community because of you. You have big responsibility, and I wanted to know that my message to all of you is a great thank you to all of you. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
Please. And honoring Skip Garza for your 39 years of outstanding and dedicated service. You have set an example to be followed in the future, cherished by those who are fortunate enough to have experienced it. You have made a difference. Best wishes, Councilman Elvis Maldonado, City of Homestead, and Council. I have this for you. I want to let me. I'll hold it. I don't want you to drop it. Thank you. And Dr. Larry Feldman wants to give you something as well.
This is,
Please.
you know, you all watched me give out medals. They're nice medals. They're blue because of royalty. And the school board believes that when you wear them with pride, it's because you've earned them. SIP is a special individual. For 37 years, he made sure that there was access and opportunity for all people, not just some people, but for all people. He led the walk. He led the fight. He was always in the front. And if something was going to be needed to be done, he made sure that he did it. SIP has a heart of gold. I've watched him with his children. I've watched him with other people's children. He's a man of integrity. His word is the same as his name. Neither one has ever been tarnished. He is a man who, quite frankly, as I mentioned to him, I'm proud to say part of my family. For 37 years, our school system survived our children moving around this country because SIP Garza cared enough to ensure that when they came back to us, they didn't miss a beat, that they were ready for their school. And when he needed computers, he called. When he needed books, he called. When he needed new portables, he called. This man understands what it is to come from the poorest of the poor to be a success next to President Clinton. Doesn't happen to a lot of people. So SIP, I'm looking forward to really celebrating a larger award at the migrant program. If you're not aware of what he does, they put on a program, I believe it's 30 years ago, on May 31st, when they started with those children who were the first in their family to graduate, and there were only a handful. Now there are hundreds, and it's a long ceremony. It's a beautiful ceremony. If you get a chance to be there, to come and sit with us, it's a ceremony of the heart, and it's a ceremony of the soul. And I look forward to providing you with a big thank you from the board itself and from the school system. For now, let me just give you this.
If you join me in the front, and I'd ask my colleagues to please join me because this is a man who served the community, and the community will stand by him today. Please.
Thank you again, Mr. Maldonado. Outstanding job. How about that education? The foundation of every community is on a good education. This council that you're looking at tonight came on in 2009. We had one high school in Homestead. Today, in 3.5 years, we have 4 high schools. 4 high schools, and all of them doing outstanding. And actually looking at voting on a 5th one tonight. So we've done phenomenal things in a short amount of time. They said it couldn't be done, but it was done. A high school wasn't built for 30 years here. That's a long time. And we built 3 of them in a short amount of time. And we're not through with education. You've done a great job tonight, each one of you. Patricia, Mr. Maldonado, both of you, outstanding job. We have an organization here tonight with us, and if they'll come forward, it's the Early Development of Global Education. The representative for that, would you come forward? And from the Homestead Police Department, Flo, will you come forward, please? They work very closely with an organization we got called SOS, Start Off Smart. Ms. Marcy Hernandez and Jose Martinez. Got the proclamation that reads, whereas Early Development of Global Education, known as EDGE, charitable foundation, a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, impacts 12,000 children a year in 8 countries, of which 4,800 live in South Florida. Whereas educators, environmentalists, and humanitarians, the EDGE work with families and teachers to promote health and well-being, environmental awareness, community, and leadership for a sustainable, healthier, cleaner, safer Earth. Whereas the EDGE has supported Project SOS, a Homestead Police Department, and the families in the city of Homestead since 2010. Now, therefore, I, Stephen C. Bateman, the Mayor of Homestead, do declare today, May 13th, 2013, as EDGE Day. Thank you very much. Would you like to say something?
I'd like to thank the City of Homestead for welcoming us. We're humbled and we're very blessed to be able to serve the children of the community, and we'll do so as long as you allow us to. Thank you.
Thank you all very much, and thank you. Flo, would you like to say something? I mean, they work very closely with you. You never lost for words. Well, thank you all very much, and a lot of it was geared towards education tonight, and again, I say, it is the foundation of all communities. It is what you build your community on. It's quality of life at its best, and we thank you all for what you do. Thank you very much, and we're going to probably take a little short break after we got to reset some computers here, and then we'll get on with our council meeting. Thank you.